Welcome back, friends. Let's continue to go through the darkest of times of Germany together. The 12th of September 1941. German troops conquer Schlüsselburg on Lake Ladoga. Leningrad is cut off from all land connections. The Wehrmacht begins the siege of the city. Roosevelt says fire at will. Orders the US Navy to fire at German and Italian ships inside US-American waters without warning. So it's getting hot for the Germans. Premiere of the movie Annalee, Story of a Life, by director Joseph von Beeke premieres. Leading actress Louise Ulrich wins prize as Best Actress. So yeah, that's the combination, like the Germans marching forward into their doom, basically. When you march into Russia, right? And so that's like the strategic madness that then, oh, I don't know what happened there. It was massive overconfidence. It was not even close to winning that in the long run. Yeah, in the first short moment maybe, but against Stalin in the long run, against the Stalin that would happily sacrifice his people for the win. Not gonna happen. They should have known that, but of course they were mad in crazy and dangerous in more than one way. Now we need to resist all of this madness that comes from the regime. We'll try again. We wanted to get something really big here. And we wanted to do it here. And of course now, just now, there's 3 people patrolling here. How can that go for? I mean, that's really bad. Let's see if we can do something different. We could do a delivery for the Secret Service. The question is, what do we have in our inventory? We only have stacks of paper. We have no big evidence. It could be that we could get it somehow. Let's see. Maybe that's a possibility. Maybe that's something we could strive for. How could we reach that? Could spread books and then observe Wehrmacht activities. Steal an army uniform. Not really. We could buy intel. Give us one normal intel? No, we need the really great intel. We could go to a party, but that's not needed right now. Setting up a hideout. Aha, an excellent hiding place. That would be cool, I guess. Still, we would really like to get the more intense things going. Steal a weapon. Incriminating evidence. Destroy Nazi civils. I don't see any possibility to get that really good evidence. We could just we could just buy intel though. Break into the factory at an extreme risk. Gain access to a factory. And how would we be able to do that? Through writing slogans on walls here. Well, I guess it's paint time again, as we do have no real alternative. Let's see, we could buy more paper. Yeah, we wanted to go this route, but no, now we're going to buy paint again. Court, can you do it? We need 3 of these things. Maybe Karin will add in. Yeah, she would good. Gerd Hagelstein, not so much. Wilhelm Etter, also great. Maria, also great. But Karin, yeah, we're used to doing these things together. If we add 4 more marks, yeah, we'll get a chance of 4. Okay, we'll do that. We'll be out of marks completely. Let's go and buy paint. And then, let's see, we want to collect donations. In Lichtenberg, it's not possible anymore, really. But at least in good old Kreuzberg. Maria Esser could do it, and she would be extremely good at that. So let's let her do it. We could help organizing a strike. That looks like disaster. It looks like an absolute disaster. I want to help the British Secret Service with intel delivery. Needs our help. Gerd Hagelstein could be doing that. Adding a club, would that make it... It would make it only more dangerous. A piece of art. Some supplies. We would gain critical intel from that. Oh, indeed. Okay. Could we do that? Is that... Would be a terrible idea. Yeah, I mean, we're really in a bad situation. These two just need to do nothing. And we'll end the planning phase. Supporters going down. Assets visits the group known supporters. Oh, stay calm. And we're successful and getting at least a little bit of money. Oh, goodness. We can buy paint. Come on. Do the paint. 4. That's nice. At least a little bit. The Wehrmacht now takes Kiev. 6th German army completes the conquest of the Ukrainian city of Kiev in the Soviet Union. Keitel passes communist decree. Wilhelm Keitel, German field marshal, orders that for every German soldier killed in the occupied territories, 50 to 100 communists are to be shot. Yeah, that's the way. It seems like that was the... I really refuse to call it the German way, but it was the German way back then. It was rather the Hitler fanatic way, right? But when you default that, a lot of people buy into that, it seems. It's so cruel, I cannot really... Donate for your troops, says the Voran. The Winterhilfswerk collects money from the population to finance winter equipment for the Wehrmacht. They managed to collect 28 million Reichsmarks. And people gave money for that. Quite a lot of money in these times when they had falling income. Crazy. I can tell that something on the 19th of September 1941 is bothering Karin Leopold tonight. When I ask her what's wrong, she says things are difficult at home right now. It's our son. Is he ill? That's not the problem, says Karin. He's fighting in the Wehrmacht on the Western Front. A couple of days ago, I overheard my spouse praying for a swift victory for our soldiers. Is that the source of the problem? Yes, it is. We fought because I couldn't bear to hear anyone, let alone my spouse, wish for a quick victory for the Nazis. And he couldn't believe that I wouldn't give up everything to help our son stay alive. Oh, goodness, that is a tough situation. That is a quandary. Let's stay positive. I think you two will be okay. You both love your son and share a set of values. This terrible situation is just so stressful. Hopefully we said something right There's still 2 people here. I refuse to believe it. We need to do it like that here now and then. It's just what we need to do. Write slogans on walls. Supporter Heike Schulz points out a number of walls that are not heavily guarded at night, but well seen by day. They would be ideal to write our slogan on. Maria could do that. On the other hand, let's see if we have someone good going for that. It's war injury, so he's too slow for that. Go on a secret mission, but we're really bad at that. Why is that? What do we need for that? We need secrecy and empathy. Some Mark's help? No. A delivery for the British Secret Service. I mean, we would really love to do that. How is it if we switch out? Because she can collect money so well. Oh, goodness. Karen? Oh, no. Needs to be these 3. I guess, and we'll go for it. Then we'll write slogans on walls. Let's see. Oh, is that dangerous? It's so crazy dangerous. It's crazy. No, we can't do it this round. We have to do, like, helping the Secret Service. I'll do something differently then. Let's see. Collecting donations. Wilhelm Etter. Probably good enough. Is there some other way we could get money? Buying paper again. Collect donations in Lichtenberg. It would be cool, but it's really a relatively high risk for him, so... We need to find something to do for our communist. Can he do that? He could do that. He could buy some medicine. Maybe we'll need that. We could gain 1 medicine. Let's see. 1 to 2. 2 medicine, and Karen could help. Make that 3 medicine. She would be better off collecting money, though. Or he would be. Yeah, he's much better at this. Let's do that. Could get 2 medicine for that. Let's try for that. Wish us a lot of luck. This is something out of the craziness of our heart. Just wanting to do something. And Leopold is on our way to meet with a doctor who is willing to sell us medicine without asking too many questions. And we get 2 medicine. When Etta visits the group known supporters among workers in Kreuzberg. Hide. Stay calm and move on. And we're successful. We're getting at least a little bit, enough to get by, hopefully. Now, Kat Hagelstein and Kurt Wirth deliver packages to different... Oh no. We'll hide. Stay calm and move on. It's the Gestapo. I had to abort the mission. Yeah, we shouldn't have done it. The sky is grey as I walk down the Place de la Concorde. The Place de la Concorde. It has been 5 years since my last visit to Paris. 5 eventful years. Years in which the face of Europe was deeply scarred. One sign of change is visible from afar. Giant swastika flags on the facade of the Hotel Le Meurice. Check the address. I look at the crumpled note that Falk gave me in Berlin. According to the message, the meeting point is in a side street behind the hotel. I continue there. All this walking has made me hungry, and I wonder if they will have food there or if I should get something on the way. There's a bakery nearby. No, we need to hurry to the meeting point. The Rue de Rivoli looks almost like it did 5 years ago. Women with fashionable hats and opera coats. Elegant men in suits, as if everyone was on their way to a grand dinner party. Even the German soldiers strolling in 2 by 2, looking at the shop windows, almost fit in. We need to go to the meeting point. I turn the corner into a small side street of the Rue de Rivoli. The wooden door looks unremarkable. Someone has written fermé, closed, on it with chalk. I check Falk's note. Yes, this must be the place. Need to look around so that no one sees us. There seems to be no one. Knock at the door. Knock, long break, knock, 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 long break, knock. The signal Falk told me. After a moment, a small window in the door opens and a pair of eyes looks at me from the other side. Que voulez-vous, monsieur? Falk sent me. I can hear a whispered discussion behind the door before it finally opens. It's dark inside and I can't see anyone or anything. Come in quickly, says a female voice. Hopefully that goes well. From what I can tell, a man and a woman lead me through winding corridors into a vaulted cellar. Empty shelves on the walls look like they were previously used to store something. Look around. There's a printing machine similar to the one we have in Berlin and an open crate filled with sawdust and rifles. In the center of all of it sits a young woman pointing a gun at me. Who are you? She asks. Falk sent me. I'm here to meet someone called Fritz. No, we need to answer the question or she'll shoot you. Shoot us probably. My name is Kurt from Berlin. She nods and lowers the gun. George, it's for you. From a dark corner, a man enters. He's wearing sturdy worker clothes. I met this man 5 years ago. Despite the poor lighting, and despite the fact that he looks very different without his fine suits, I recognize him instantly. Do I know you? He asks. You're a British journalist. We met here in Paris. Your name is George, I believe. We met 5 years ago. Oh, right. You were a friend of Claire's and of those communists, Hannah and Richard, weren't you? Poor Richard. Foreseeable, but still very sad. How's it going? What do you mean by poor Richard? Haven't you heard? They killed him in Spain. His own people shot him in the Stalinist purge. I don't understand how Hannah can still work with them. They were a couple once. I had no idea. So you're here to meet Fritz? Yeah, I was hoping for that. He's in Paris, but not here. It would be insane to be seen with the resistance, but Claire can bring you to him. Claire! A dark-haired woman enters. Good to see you, Claire. We have to meet Fritz in a bar the Germans like. We can get there underground. Just follow me, she says. How are you? How are things? We can talk on the way, she says. All right then, let's go. Claire leads the way. It seems like the cellars of Paris are all connected by a maze of tunnels. How's life when you're under occupation? I ask. It's bad, she says. Paris was always a place of refuge for people from all over Europe, escaping fascism in their own countries. When the Germans came, they had to flee again. Whoever stayed collaborated or went underground. How do the Germans treat you? They treat us poorly, she says. The Germans have arrested thousands since the start of the occupation. No one knows where they've taken them or if they are still alive. They make sure that no one feels safe. That's what they do in Germany as well. This is it, says Claire. We enter a small bar from the basement. The place is empty except for a few German soldiers sitting in a corner. Wait here, says Claire, and disappears to talk to the bartender. We'll look around. Soldiers shout for the waiter and order more drinks in German. Their table is filled with empty bottles. Claire returns and points at a small door close to the bar. Your meeting is in there. See you later, she says. We'll enter through the door. I enter a small room. Once my eyes get used to the darkness, I can see a table. A man wearing a German officer's uniform sits at one side and gestures for me to take a seat. Falk sent me. I say. The officer puts a finger to his lips. No names, he says. I have heard about you and your group. What you're doing is important right now, but people like you might become even more important in the future, he says. In the future? Fighting the regime is important right now, but there will be a time after the Nazis. A new Germany, once Hitler and his posse of criminals are gone. What will this Germany look like? What do you mean? What I mean is who will govern it? How will it be governed? These are important questions, he says. Are you sure those are the most important questions right now? No offense, but it sounds to me like counting chickens before they hatch, I say. Sure, he says. At this very moment, Hitler's troops form a line from Leningrad to Madrid, but what seems like strength will become their weakness soon. How do you know? Trust me, I know. In my position, I have to know. I look at the insignia on his uniform and wonder what position this man might have in the Reich. Can you explain? The troops are scattered too far apart. Germany was better armed than the rest of the world expected, but at the end of the day, it's still only a mid-sized country. What about the Axis? Hitler's allies are megalomaniacs, just like him. They won't save the day either. Italy's dream of the Mediterranean as Mare Nostrum? Oh, come on, he shouts. He snorts. Keep listening. You have already seen the peak of Germany's power. From now on, things can only go downhill for the Reich. But there is still a problem. He takes a sip from his glass. What problem? If we want to stop the Nazis from the inside, we need the help of the military. There's no way around a coup. But most generals are still loyal to Hitler, even though they can see that he's leading the country into a catastrophe, he says. If they see that, why don't they stop him? Misplaced loyalty, opportunism, fear of what might come after the Nazis. Don't forget, many of these high-ranking military men might not be full-blown Nazis, but they have benefited richly from the regime, he says. Of course, yeah. Yes, he agrees. We do not need them, though. That being said, most of them are no Democrats. They'd rather have another dictatorship than something like Weimar again. What do you want, though? I want the Nazis gone, and I don't want them to be replaced by another autocrat. That's why I would also like to prevent Germany from being governed by Russia. When we lose the war, living under Stalin is not a desirable future either, he says. As a conservative, I fully understand. So we, our circle, would like to collaborate with your group, but you need to stay away from the Soviets, he says. Yeah, what can I do to help? Yeah, we were never feeling right with the Soviets. Being Christian and conservative. Yeah, that kind of puts you off. The communists always were mostly against religion too. So, what can I do to help? At the moment, not much, I guess. Continue your work, but things might change soon, and then you should be ready to act one way or the other. With that, Fritz stands up and shakes my hand. Thank you for coming all this way, he says. You'll hear from us. I look for Claire. I find Claire at the bar. How was the meeting, she asks. Do you trust him, Claire? She shrugs. I trust him enough to organize these kinds of meetings. So pretty much a lot. She takes me back to the train station. We say goodbye and wish each other the best to travel back. On the train, I think about the meeting. Is Fritz right about the peak of Hitler's power being behind us? And if so, what does that mean? Are we in the middle of this war or close to the end already? What is this circle? The network that Fritz hinted at, if that circle exists, there really are that many people in high places willing to overthrow Hitler. Why don't they just do it then? Why don't they just stop him? Why are they letting all these atrocities happen? How many people have to suffer and die before this is all over? Yeah, that was a pretty bad round. And now, thank you for watching and happy gaming to you. We'll meet in the next episode very soon. Have a great time until then and happy gaming. This is Immanuel signing out.